In today's video, we're going to be going over the Fireball Meteor Sorceress. I've been having tons of fun with this build. I've been using it since I found the new unique helmet, the Starfall Coronet. However, this build does have a version that is Firewall, and I will show that on a later video. First, let's start with the skills, right? The skills of the build. So, just get Firebolt, 2 points, because you're going to be using Firebolt as one of your enchantments. For Firebolt, I chose to only put 1 point because I'm getting 4 from my item contributions. But later on, I do plan to add more points into it. Specifically, I plan to remove the points from bottom warding. As right now, my resist kind of suck a little bit, so unfortunately, I do need to use this for now. So 1 point into Fireball, 1 into Enhanced Fireball, and 1 point into Great, of course, and Graded Fireball. That's what you're getting. Now, if this Elemental Dominance, you can choose to, instead of get these points, you can actually go into here. I got lucky with an amulet, and my amulet gives me 2 skills into this, but the amulet is not great, and I might be changing it for another mastery at some point. Next, we have our defensive skills. Our defensive skills, of course, we're choosing Fire Flame Shield, Enhanced Flame Shield, and Shimmering Flame Shield for the quick heals. Next, we have Teleport. So 1 point into Teleport, Enhanced Teleport, and more, of course, we're getting Shimmering Teleport for the damage reduction. Next, we pick up the Passive Glass Cannon. We put 3 points into this. Next, we have Elemental Attunement. Just 1 point is fine on this. It is really helpful because you will see on the gameplay that I do get a lot of resets, even with this small amount. Next, I'm using Ice Armor, Enhanced Ice Armor, and Shimmering Ice Armor. Next, 1 point into Frost Nova, 1 point into, of course, Enhanced Frost Nova, and then Mystical Frost Nova to get some Vulnerable in it, right? But we do have another source of Vulnerable in the build, which we'll go over later. Next, we have the Conjuration skills. So you are picking Precision Magic, because this build does require Lucky Hit and Crit Chance. Next, pick up 1 point in Align the elements, 2 points into Madness Shield, 1 point into Protection. From there, we're moving on to the Mastery skills, and from the Mastery skills, we are going to max out Meteor. Of course, we're getting Enhanced Meteor and Wizard's Meteor. I don't think the Mage Meteor, the Meteor falls 30% faster. I don't think it does anything at all for the build. And Immobilizing is pretty big on the build, and you'll see why. Next, we have the Masteries. We get 3 points of everything here. Inner Flames, Devouring Blaze, and Crippling Flames. Now this synergizes with auto damage on the entire build. Now, from there, we're moving on into our ultimate skills. On the ultimate skills, we're going to pick Permafrost just to get to Hoarfrost. And you might be wondering, why the hell are you getting cold masteries for a fire build? You will see later. This is basically active all the time. So not just the 9%, but the 18% also whenever we use our Frost Nova. Next, we get one point here just to get into Endless Fire, and 1 point into Warm just to get some heals from our damage. And for our key passive, we're going to get Isu's Ferocity. we will go we'll go now over our items. Now our items are not optimal. I could get way better items. I just want to show that this build works even with bad items, basically. So, of course, the start of the show is the new unique helmet, Starfall Coronet, right? Now, I'll say the most important things here will be, I won't say the ranks of Meteor, but more the lucky hit chance. Even the cooldown on the Meteor charges don't really matter that much. As you can see, I have a pretty bad roll. It's 9-second cooldowns. So I wish I could get a 6, but at first, but then I noticed, wait, it doesn't really make much difference in the gameplay. So the only thing, I might be getting one for higher iron power, so I can have more life and higher lucky hit chance, because this build does rely on lucky hit chance and crit chance. Next, we have our armor. Now, I haven't been able to find an armor yet that I really want to use. So for now, I'm keeping this that I have. It only has, total armor is something I would want in any armor. And maybe one resist, not all this resist. But you get the picture. Next, we have the Gloss of the Illuminator. So this is just so that our fireball now bounces as it travels, and it explodes each time it hits the ground. Next, now the important thing I'll say is, of course, the damage on the firewall. You want as low as possible. I got a pretty decent roll at 27% less damage. If you got a 25, you're very lucky, etc. All right. Now, going back to this, I forgot to mention. So I ain't using Aspect of the Protector, but if you like, you don't have to choose that. You can actually choose the Juggernaut Aspect, which will do much better. Now, I do use dodge a lot on this build, and you will see why. I shouldn't call dodge. Evade actually is sort of gives me a lot of crit chance too, so you'll see. Anyway, for this, you're using the Aspect of Disobedience, and the Aspect of Disobedience doesn't need any introductions, right? Now, here I have maximum life, damage reduction from close enemies, and 3 ranks of Meteor. Again, I could use a better armor, but I haven't found anything I want as of yet, so that's what it is. Next, we have the Isu's Heirloom unique boots, and these boots to me are the best in the game for Sorceress. Now, for these specific boots, there's I will suggest the movement speed is nice anytime you evade, but the bonus it gives to critical strike chance is amazing, right? So, just to demonstrate that, right? Now my critical strike chance is at 33.9. I do get an extra 12 from fire skills, so I'm doing quite more. So instead of 33, the extra 12, you do the math, right? But I actually have way more than this. So, for instance, one of the things the Isu's Heirloom does is anytime you evade, you get plus 75 movement speed, right? For 3 seconds. So what happens with my critical chance when I move? It goes up all the way to 50.4, right? And if you add the math, right, and 50.4 plus 12, and a 62 crit chance, which means I'm going to be doing critical damage pretty often, right? So that's why. So it is great movement. It's great to move through dungeons very fast and other things, but it is all also giving you damage, right? Because of the crit chance he gives. Now the other stats are good also. So movement speed after killing an elite. So that's also a damage bonus if you kind of think about it. Because I'm going to even having even more crit chance to this. Now, mana cost reduction is useful as well. So it is not a must for the build, but I highly recommend it for crit, so you can get your crit chance as up as possible. And remember, this is up all the time, just to show. I just use it, all right, back, again. And I do this all the time while I'm in a fight. All right, next we have our weapon. So right now I have a dagger, but I want to switch to a 1 to get an extra lucky hit chance. This one is not very good. The only thing important here is the aspect. This aspect increases the critical strike damage of Meteor and Fireball by 32%, doubles this bonus against healthy targets. Now it's basically you start a fight, you're hitting 64% more critical strike damage from Meteor and Fireball, right? To healthy enemies, right? Of course, for the gens here, you will want an emerald. For armor with Sorceress, you should already be getting rubies, right? You want more health, right? Our next weapon. So for here, we picked up the what is it called? City aspect. Now this basically makes you deal 24% increased damage while you have a barrier active. We have basically a barrier active like almost 95% of the time, and you'll see why with the things. But as other things, let's see, where is this aspect? Yeah, I don't see the other aspect, but that's okay. Anyway, moving on. Here I have critical strike chance, lucky hit chance, mana cost reductions, and resource regenerations. I mean, you can get rid of resource regeneration if you like. I just think it's something nice to have, but you can do better. For rings, now my rings are not that good. I'm still looking for some good rings. The build can do much better with other rings. So this is my one of the rings I have. Currently, I have the Aspect of Control, and it does you deal 35% more damage to immobilize, stun, or frozen enemies. This is really a great damage booster to the build, but this specifically, I was thinking of maybe using X-Fall here instead of this, but we will see once I get an X-Fall. I haven't really been grinding for that. And once I do get the X-Fall ring, I'll probably replace this ring. Next, this ring is just Mother's Embrace. Nothing special here. We are just using it until we get our Turtle Ratchel's ring. But you do want lucky hit on the ring, maybe some lives, some points, but you also want crit chance. For the amulet, I think for the amulet I got pretty lucky early on, so I still haven't found anything better than this amulet, or at least that I like. So pyromancy skill damage, damage reduction from burning enemies, 3 ranks to all mastery skills, 2 ranks to the elemental dominance. So I love this ring. So now the aspect is the aspect of Shattered Stars. So meteors fall around Meteor, dealing 35% of Meteor's damage on impact. Your Meteor does additionally burn enemies. They hit for 6,634 damage for over 6 seconds. So pretty good. Now you can replace, move things around a little bit. I think this aspect is better off here than anywhere else because Meteor is our main source of damage. Next, we're going to go over the Paragon. Well, actually, no. Before we go over the Paragon Board, let's go look at our pet, the SENESCHAL. Now, I'll recommend for to pick for your burning stones, I'll say pick up Flash or Adrenaline. This is a 17% damage bonus. And when you add the tuning stones, which I chose tactical support, which basically brings down the cooldown by 34% now. As it runs up, it will even more. So this brings down the cooldown to 13 seconds. Next, we use duration support, which will make the duration of our Flash or Adrenaline longer. So now I get 10 seconds. So basically, the skill is on cooldown for 3 seconds. And as I max this out, get this to max level, there is not going to be, at any point, you're not going to be without it, right? Last one thing I have is 45 support. This does help a little bit, but I might replace it with another tuning stone once I start doing it. I'm thinking on using, not this one, Genesis. So Genesis increases the effectiveness of the support skill by 150%. So meaning this will be a bigger damage bonus later on, right? For next, we need an attack, right? On our burning stones, and we're going to choose Tempest because Tempest is just attacks all the time, right? It is still a level 2, but we don't care about the damage at all. Now, for the supporting, so for the tuning stones, we're using Frigid support. So basically, what this does is, after each attack, it is going to apply shield to enemies. And the way Tempest works is once you kill an enemy that's being hit by Tempest, it spreads to another enemy. Meaning our enemies will be shield all the time, which will grant us the bonus from Permafrost. So, sorry, not Permafrost, Hot Frost, right? Which is a nice bonus to have. Next, our next item is breaking support. So basically, what this does is basically makes enemies vulnerable. Right now, I have it at 60%, but once you max it out, it's basically going to be 100% at the time. And with Tempest attacking all the time, and then this is spreading to all targets, basically enemies will be vulnerable all the time for us. Next, this is resource support. You're not going to need anything else to regen your essence with this build other than this, and maybe sometimes ice armor if things are getting icy a little bit. But once again, this is not max out. This is level 5. Once this is higher, I might not even need ice armor at all. All right. So, and that's it for the SENESCHAL. Next thing, we're going to go over the Paragon Board. Now, for the Paragon Board, again, I am only level 81 at the moment. As you can see, I am no max level, so I do not have the final Paragon Board, or at least the outlet that is going to be. So bear that in mind. So this build can be even more powerful than it currently is. So we start from here. We are going to get as much intelligence as possible, picking out the magic note and of course the rare note. We're going to pick up the intelligence all we can because we're choosing Elementalist as our first glyph here, right? And of course we're going to pick all of this up, and at some point we might pick this up too, but not at the moment. It's not a priority for us. Moving on, we're going to go into our first board, which is going to be Searing Heat. Now, this is very important to the build, so we are picking this up no matter what. But first, we're going to come here, and we're going to make sure we pick the all the willpower we can. And we are putting in Pyromaniac here, which does give a nice buff to fire damage. From here, we just keep going up, making sure we pick all the willpower we can for this. Moving up, making sure we pick combustion, going from here, picking up all the way to searing heat. Now searing heat, this is where we're going to get some more crit chance, so extra 12% increase critical chance with pyromancy skills, which is a lot of damage, fireball and meteor. And of course we do get some direct damage equal to 10% of our fire damage bonus. So currently I have a current direct damage bonus of 17%. So I'm hoping to get it all the way to 30, but we will see. Now, coming back here, we're going to make sure we pick the magic knot here for fire resistance and damage reduction from burning. We are picking Keeper of Flames. Moving up to the next board. And for our next board, it is Burning Instant. Now, we don't pick up Burning Instant. We're just here for Smoldering Embers and Cinders. Now, our glyph is Destructions that we have picked here. So, it is pretty useful here, but you can switch it around as you see fit, right? Now, we're going to make it all the way down here to get some damage reduction from elites and extra armor. We're also going to get more damage reduction from elites as much as possible from here, right? Next, and then we're going to move to our next board. Our next board is Enhancement Master. We do not care about the legendary note. We're just here to grab the glyph, and the glyph for this is Reinforce. So Reinforce grants a 25% bonus to all rare notes within range. And of course, you gain a 15% damage reduction while you have an active barrier, which we will have almost 100% of the time. Of course, we're picking this up. As of right now, they're not active, but once I do level this up, this is going to be getting a bonus, right? Bonus to your resist and bonus to the non-physical damage, right? Next, we make it all the way down out of here, and we are going to take what is the legendary note here? Ceaseless Conduit. Again, this is a fire build. We're not picking this up at all, but we are here to pick up the glyph socket, and with the glyph socket, we are gonna keep Flame Feeder. Now, Flame Feeder, for every 5 Destiny portions within range, you deal 2% increased damage to burning enemies. The additional bonus is you deal 10% increased direct damage to burning enemies. Now, I'll tell you what my plan is from here. My plan is to grab some extra lightning resist for now, and then I will move to a new board, and the new board is going to be Elemental Summoner. So with Elemental Summoner, my plan is, of course, to get the glitch socket, get the resistances, get all I want, and my glyph of choice for this, it is going to be Adept. So this basically increases the damage or my mastery skills, which is what basically will increase my Meteor skill damage, which is what I want. It is possible that I might change my mind and pick something else, something like Unleash or maybe Control. But for the moment, that's the plan I have. Now let me show you a few things with the build. So first, let's show you the SENESCHAL attacking. Let's say multiple dummies. Let's make them boss training dummies, right? Now, as you can see, the little buddy, he is chilling all the targets, right? Which is going to give me a bonus. Right, so the targets are And this spreads. Remember, if this any of this die, they'll spread even faster, right? Now, next thing. As you can see, I'm not even using my Meteor. I'm just using Fireball, and it is broken. And keep in mind, if I dodge, I'm gonna crit all the time. Oh, that reminds me. Sorry, I have my damage numbers of. What are the damage numbers? All right. All right. So we're displaying the numbers, right? So you can see the damage on Meteor. And you see, I only press it once, and it is just dropping like crazy. Now, I'm critting, and I'm not even dodging. If I dodge all the time and crit, so you get the picture. Now we're gonna do a quick dungeon, just to show the ability of the build, right? Let's see what I have. I don't think I have too much. Sorry. Wait, no, increase resist, and we're let's see. Let's do one of the ball dungeons, right? That's what everybody's running anyway. So let's pick this one. That's what I have at least. Do I have anything else? Yeah, I did, but let's go with that. Just to show the power of the bell. Now to level up, you might want to use Fireball because you're not gonna have the Starfall Coronet from the start. As you can see, I haven't even used Meteor yet. Just spamming Fireball. Look, I'll teleport just to do this, and I just melted the elites, right? I'll try to go a little faster, just to demonstrate. And now positioning is key. Just try to be in front of the mods as you cast your meteors and other things to make it even better. You can see doing insane damage. This is I am level 81. These are level 106 monsters, and I'm sure I can do way more. I think I can do even 30 levels higher than I am, and I wouldn't really have a problem. And I want you to keep something else in mind. Just to show on abilities, I only have one glyph mass out. Everything else I'm using is either level 6 or lower. As a matter of fact, only 2 glyphs are 5 or more. The rest are level 1. Right? Pyromaniac, Elementalist, Destruction. They are all level 1. Right? Elementalist level 6. Pyromaniac is the only one that I leveled to level 15 because I wanted to include it in here for the build. Now, it did get a point, but we'll handle that later. Now, we're going to pick this here. I'll pick 40 because I'm not going to be paying too much attention to this. Now, I didn't pay. I should have paid a little bit more attention to this. This guy's not getting hit in front. Alright, there we go. He's dead. Next, we're going to try to run as fast as possible. We don't really care about the chests or the traps. See, that's just my lucky hit casting Meteor. Oh, for the enchantments, of course, it's Meteor and Fireball. I'll show it in a second. So let's go to skill assignments, right? Which I forgot all about it. So skill assignment. So your enchantments, Fireball, and Meteor. All right, moving on. We're making sure we're killing these guys. Melt it. Oh, there's one more. Okay, he's gone. We're going next. Again, we don't care if you get hit either. Let's go to this guys. Oh, there's another elite here. I didn't see this guy. Oh, I level up, of course. They're dead. We need the key, so we're gonna get the key. We're trying to do it as fast as possible. As you can see, I don't have any Mad Knight issues per se. I don't know what happened to that guy, but Alright, we don't care about the chest, we only care about the key, so we're going to pick up the key. And we can go back this way. Oh, I did it really wrong all around when I didn't have to. Oh well. Just here. Alright, this is the final room. Usually you want to set up, I usually like to set up somewhere here. Try to eliminate this. Right. So we make sure we murder them. Oh, this guy's not dead. I gotta get this guy. Trying to get this guy with the shield, which is the most annoying. And there he is, he's gone. Only got hit twice, so I probably could have gotten away with just using 30. But they're so cheap now to get. And that's really the end of the video. I hope if you found the video helpful, that you will give the video a like. Thank you and see you next time.